What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Unreal Engine 5 game development live stream where we're back in our Gas Course project, a game built from scratch using Unreal Engine 5, plus blueprints and all of that good stuff. So today we're going to work on our input buffering. We want to do caching of movement input as well when we're buffering other actions, and it was working a little bit, but we discovered some bugs, and then when we were bug fixing, we didn't fix the problem. So it seems like using virtual stuff here is causing my stream to run slower. I'm gonna just stop doing that, put myself back to normal for a bit, so you can see me in all my blurry goodness. So what are we trying to solve here? So we have input buffering, right? You know, I attack. As I'm moving my thumbstick around, I'm changing directions and everything like that. But in cases where I dodge, and as I dodge, I buffer, for example, a left stick input to attack, I want to attack to the left, right? But right now, it also seems to break. I'm now dodging in all different types of directions. So overall, generally, kind of just broken. So let's first reproduce the bug with dodges, at least, just so, because I haven't worked on this project in like a week and a half. So let's see. So already we have bug kind of reproduced. Let us go into our dodge ability. I just want to see what vector we're getting. Because whenever we're dodging with no input, we try to read from that buffer. So, where do we get this data from? So we do all this, get this. So convert, so find yaw angle is the first one. We're in there. I think we have like a helper function somewhere, right? Trace for end dodge. Yeah, get input direction, right? And that's in C++. Okay, stop. Oh. Well. We gotta reopen up the code here. So in general, this is the problem. I guess there is additional problems here. Because yeah, we're getting last input movement vector as well. So that's probably wrong. We need to say the same thing. Over here, get input direction. And for now, let's stop spawning dummies so that we can dodge in peace. So yeah, immediately wrong, right? So what vector are we kind of getting? Getting one. I guess that kind of makes sense. Because if I remember the function, so get input direction, right? If all else fails, so we're saying, oh, okay. So we get the character move component, then we check the buffer. So we say, okay, if the buffer component's not whatever. So then we do get actor forward, but then we also do that here as well. What we may not want to do So for dodge specifically, I know I keep doing that. We might want to negate the vector, but I feel like assuming we want the forward vector might not be good. So like in cases where here, maybe we can have like a Boolean. So pull the return vector forward. Equals us, I guess. We gotta document this, I think. I wonder how good the AI documentation is gonna be based on this. I say otherwise, return 0. So we could say let's return that, I think. Also there. Forgive me, guys. I'm kind of sick. Sick in the head, man. No. Got back from Scotland and now I'm sick. I think it's just because of traveling, you know? Like, I also wonder if this is even a good idea. Like, should I assume anything? Or should, like, the caller handle that kind of thing? Maybe the caller should just handle it, honestly. I feel like I'm making too many assumptions. Just so in the dodge, I could say, you know, if this is 0, I want to dodge backwards. And then in the attack, I could say, if this is 0, I want to go forward, you know? I feel like that should be the way to handle it. So we successfully compiled. That's awesome. Still get all these errors about these assets being saved in a different engine file. That's engine version. That's so annoying. And I saw an error. It's all the same nonsense. Okay. So now what I should be able to do, I'll have to fix the comment here. But yeah, we should say by diff against depot, what did I change here? That should be okay. And And this should also be okay. Let's find out. Should just dodge backwards. Yep. Okay. Oh. Okay. My melee attacks are broken now. But that is okay. I'm sure I made stupid assumptions there. Player melee. Base. How many times do I call this? Okay. So I want to just do is nearly 0. If it's not nearly 0, we'll use it. If it is nearly 0, I'm going to use vector. That should fix that problem. Okay. So now back to the buffering, right? So for whatever reason, this is not returning the right value. Because I'm getting this data. So let's put, I don't know how to properly breakpoint this, honestly. So do this, I do that, yeah, I got this correctly, but back. So let's maybe put some stuff into our log. So we get the input buffer, get movement, input axis. So can I UE log this? Say buffer movement input. Should be okay. I feel like I should do the same thing in here. That input buffer and gameplay ability. That I also forgot. I need to look at multi-stream chat. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone on YouTube. Cool. Didn't. Sorry for those if I did. Okay, so that's that. Let's do a cheeky little hot reload. Oh, excuse me, guys. Okay, so now we can look at our buffer log. So going to attack like that. That I should hopefully see some data. So input buffer. So I got something the first time down here. So buffer movement input. So I just want to see if I get any results by doing that. Okay. Yeah, so that works, but yeah, now it doesn't flush, right? Now it always thinks I'm going left. So how am I supposed to correctly do that? Where am I calling this? I see. I think I see the problem. I believe it's because I need to store it once. Because I'm calling it multiple times. So, like f vector 2d. Like that. I can get rid of that. Just add f vector 6090. Oh, all right. How could I have been so naive? Mind blown. I appreciate the help. Interesting tidbit. All right, so I hope that worked. Because if that worked, then we're done, I guess. So, kind of worked. Super duper vector, let's go. So the direction seems correct. I'm gonna put a breakpoint on dodge. Hoping I get left. So I get 0. So I think it's because I call. Okay, I think I got it. because I'm calling it multiple times, I think I gotta just cache it once. I also don't think I need this is locally controlled and all that stuff anymore, but that's that here. There. So cached input direction. Call it once. I'll keep that breakpoint there for funsies. Let's see. Hopefully I get the left direction. And it looks like, at least I'm getting something. So that part's good. But yeah, something funky is happening. I'm not getting a direction that makes sense to me. So let me just put a breakpoint here. So I'm going to dodge left. I'm assuming it's going to give me back. So it gave me forward for some reason. Let me just put a print string here. What am I trying to do? Right now I'm working with input buffering. And so what I want to do is, see, I wish I had some like IMGUI display showing my thumbstick and everything, but basically when I attack, so for example, I attack forward, and then during that attack, let's say I buffer a dodge, I want to snapshot as well the movement vector or the stick vector at that moment, so that when the buffer executes the ability, it can also read that cache direction, so that if I decide to like attack forward, flick, dodge left, it dodges me left. Obviously, if I have input vector there, it should still work. So I'm still getting forward, but yeah, when I flick, yeah, I'm still getting backwards. So I'm not getting some information correct. So I'm assuming I'm making another call. What's the name of this function? I'm only calling it once. So maybe it's because I'm rotating it again. Maybe I can just do that. No. Like I'm getting the direction correct. It's just for whatever reason, this value is funky. Okay, so that's probably why I'm getting the last movement input vector here. So do I have that last movement? Okay, so I think that's okay. Yes. So I'm just trying to make the dodging and everything as responsive as possible. Especially when it comes to input buffering, but also, if I decide to buffer an attack, so the attack is still not working. Probably for the same reason. Cached input direction. I wonder if I should just make this built into like my abilities. I have this kind of cached input direction just so I can call it and read from it. I think that would be a good idea. Let's do that. So let's go into our base gameplay ability, which we're in. So we don't need the Kismet Math Library. So there should be like an activated, right? So there's can activate ability, try. I need to make a variable, so let's just go ahead and do that. That. Don't think it needs to be anything, but I don't want to write it, so it's going to be blueprint only. Sure. And then category equals input. And then I could just say so hopefully that will work. Hello, Casper. How you doing? Yeah, it's been a while. Last week we were on vacation. Went to Scotland. Got to see a couple of cities. A beautiful place. Hope you've been well. I ended up getting sick from my travels. So I'm slowly recovering, hopefully. Right now we're wrapping up some input buffer related stuff, and then we'll kind of jump back into some design related topics. There's a good amount that I still need to figure out. Me and Katie, my friend from New York. She's been helping me out, designing a lot of stuff. Super useful, super nice. Try to get it all going. Yeah, I'm always getting sick on like the first, second day of vacay, so after is way better. True. Oh no, my guy went away. Sorry, hold on. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Sorry. So now, both in my dodges and my melee, I should be able to just get rid of this and use this instead. So we got our current target. Should be able to just do this. And then dodge. That. Don't do that anymore. That's mine. I believe this is already normalized. Oh, whatever. Now things should work. What's wrong? So can I pass a read only? Okay. What about cons? Okay. It's okay with that. So let's see if we're still good. Okay, we're not. Awesome. So I wonder if this is too late. Let's see what happens first. Maybe I have to call super. So that gets hit, and then that gets hit. So definitely a problem. I think I can just should be able to say that. Let's try now. Let's see. Excuse me. Let's see what gets hit first now. So now my C++ should get it first. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I have to do that first. Who knows? Let's try that one more time. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So now that should be okay for the dodges. Yeah. The attacks are fine. So I attack, I dodge left, and buffers correctly. All good. Let's just put our enemy back as well, just to confirm. When it comes to strafing, so I attack, buffer there, I do that, buffer there. Okay. Something is funky. Getting not so great directions, so maybe it's because I did that. And then, once we know this is working okay, I did that, back left, I did that, right, yeah. Left, forward, left, yeah. Okay. Seems okay to me. Yeah, the fact that, maybe, like, I also added it to, like, hit reactions will kind of force them to turn, but I think maybe only, like, heavy hits should do that, like light attacks shouldn't do that. maybe that'll be kind of part of the fun. I think that's what God of War did. I don't think every single hit did that. Maybe it did. I'm not sure. Okay, so we fixed that bug, so I'm happy about that. I'm not so happy about not keeping up well with my tasks, per usual. But we fixed this one. This is one we just did, so let's just put that to complete. Done. So yeah, we gotta just do more design work. I can't dock that. Cool. So let's see what I gotta figure out though. So we were thinking there's gonna be different types of decks, right? So instead of picking a character explicitly, you kind of put yourself into a themed deck. And so when you pick your deck, you do get a character that reflects that deck. So if you're going to pick a knight deck, your character is a knight and you're melee focused. And so what you were thinking is, your base suite of abilities are light attacks, so a basic 3-4 hit combo string, and some sort of heavy attack that does AoE. And then we want to have some defense abilities like block and parries, avoidance, evasive, like a roll. Not 100% sure if we want to do a projectile, at least not by default. Like there could be a card here that has like a passive on it that you play that says, okay, your parries now deflect projectiles or something to that effect. So you get that flavor of projectile in some way. So maybe something like that. So the things I want to also notate here as well. Let me move some stuff down. Can I select all these? Yeah. I also want to have a section for resources. Right, resources. Because maybe the knight should have some resources that you can then either replenish or modify in some way with some other types of cards. So obviously we're gonna have like a health bar. And maybe we can introduce maybe some sort of like posture meter for the knight. So that when you do blocks, you drain posture, but you absorb a certain amount of damage or something. That can go next to it. I already did some of that, separate IMCs, prototype card selection UI, and all the time dilation stuff. Yeah, I'll have to work on that too. Wait, more of the design, right? Because like maybe the mage, for example, could have a different set of resources. Like obviously you'll still have health, but maybe you can also have like some built-in mechanic for, I don't know, magic potency. Like I don't want to give it posture as well. Like I don't know what kind of resources it could possibly want. Like, do I want to give it like a mana? Like, do we want there to be that extra kind of cost? Or maybe mages can build up magic from elements or something? We'll have to see. Yeah, let me add a sticky note. So blocking reduces posture. No, so can lead to posture broken. Posture broken leaves player vulnerable for X seconds. Maybe we could say something like, melee damage is linked to posture, so that the less posture you have, the weaker your attacks are. Maybe there can be a fortified status, which says you have twice as much posture, and so your attacks become double damage or something like that. I don't know if we want to have like I always forget the term, like a sink and spender, or I don't know if that's the name of the term. Yeah, sink and spender. Actually, no, is that the terminology? Is it a sink? Is what removes it. A spender. Maybe someone in chat can refresh my memory here. I know spender is like the last one, but I don't think sink is the correct first word of it. But maybe there can be something related to melee. So like the more damage you're doing, you charge something up and you get some big payoff. Or maybe we could say like successful parries. Restore some posture. Give me just a second. My kitty is on the other side of the floor. You are changing your original design, or is this a new project? Changing the original design. Like, I guess it's sort of a new project, but it's using the foundation that we've been working on. Because we've more or less been working on a knight character, right? We got a sword, we got melee traces, we got some evasive verbs. What happened to my... Like, we would still need to introduce a block into parry mechanics. We would have to change a dodge into like a roll, for example. But we got a basic attack, and then we have a heavy attack. Obviously, the heavy attack will have to change in some way. It's like maybe the heavy attack could be an AoE by default, but then you can like change it to be like a kind of a thrust with like some kind of AoE in that regard. Lola, no. We got an excitable kitty here. Hey. Oh yeah, basically, like we've been going into this project with like, honestly, like no design. We've been just kind of making things and just seeing what sticks. So now I think I have a foundation of my idea that I want to expand upon. I think there is an interesting enough mechanics to try it. Put together some sort of vertical slice prototype kind of situation. And just see what happens, So yeah, that's the current plan, honestly. So I'm coming up with this here, try to figure out what we can do. Make up a character, come up with some card ideas. Start prototyping this stuff, trying to make it fun. I will have to make some sort of like interesting set of enemies and some systems, honestly, but I think it's worth trying. So yeah, let's assume. Sorry, my kitty is so cute and kissable. So we're gonna take a kitty break here. So yeah, we have health and we have posture. Maybe there's 2 resources each. Maybe there could be 3. But I think maybe 2 would be reasonable. And so you can have cards that can act as, consumables. So like health potions. Excuse me. So we got our default health potion. It can have different behaviors. It could be like heal X%. Sorry, not health. Heal X%. Heal X% over X time. There could be like heal X% for every card of type Y in your hand, graveyard. Getting distracted by the cat. Sorry. And we could do something similar. Like, I don't want, like, there can be some universal like health potions and stuff between classes, but I would like there to be some like specific versions of it that are class specific, where it's like but maybe that's like a passive ability kind of thing, where we could say heal X% of damage dealt with heavy attacks for X seconds. Assuming we could do hopefully something like posture potions or something. Regain X% posture. So we have some ideas like that. But what other kind of consumables could possibly exist? Like remove burn status or something. So status effect potions. Burn status. I also have to do a section about status effects, because maybe there are built-in mechanics with certain specific effects. So say the knight has like I don't know, when you parry an enemy, you put some sort of status effect on them. That's unique to the knight class or something. Would be interesting. So burn status, frozen status, status effect. What's the word I'm gonna be looking for? Like removal. Burn status, frozen status, dizzy, posture broken. What are some interesting status effects? Because like Player Obscure had some interesting ones, like inverted. Like what are some status effects that might like kind of like flip the script on a knight class, for example? Maybe blocking, like when you block an attack, instead of dealing posture damage, maybe like, I guess like a weakened status effect. So block doesn't mitigate all damage, as an example. Probably a bunch of other status effects. So those kinds of potions. There's like games like First Berserker have like throwables as well. You can get those items and you can do throws. But I don't know if I want to have throwables. Like if you were to play a card that just says like Ice Bomb or something, do you want to? What happens when you activate it? You know. I feel like what should happen, what you do consumables is, you just play the card and you just see the effect on the player, and you see the change in the stats and you see the status being removed, whatever the case might be. I'm not sure what transferable is in reference to. I'll tag Katie in this. What other interesting consumables could there be? I guess like damage potions. I guess just general. So stat buffs. There's also a fine line between what these consumables should be doing and what passive abilities should be doing. So for example, I don't think there should be a consumable that says I don't think there should be a consumable that says, you can heal for this amount when using this type of ability. I think it should be as general or non-focused in the actual game, like the third-person action game loop, as others. Hey, Okomino, how you doing? Thanks for popping in. So, damage, crits, defensive. So no, so you do not need cards for certain base actions. So when you pick a knight deck, your character as that knight has a set of base abilities that you work and build upon with the cards. So right now we're thinking, not a single light attack, but like a light attack combo that's more focused on single target, and then some like heavy hold attack that's based on some sort of AoE. And then you have things like block and parry. You have things like a roll or a dodge of some sort. And then you have some resources like health and posture that you work with. And then the cards that you have in the deck that you build will change how those work or improve how they work. And then there could also be like explicit character trees. So you would say, okay, now I have, jump attacks, or now I can sprint. Now I can, I don't know, do a special roll attack. I can, whatever the case might be. So you can evolve stuff that way, and you can evolve stuff through the cards. It's gonna be a tricky thing to balance, because I definitely don't want, I don't want there to be a card that says, okay, now you can do, maybe it makes sense, or you can say, okay, now you can do a light attack, or not light attack, a jump attack. But yeah, for now we'll see. But yeah, the basic idea is to say, you get passives, you get actives, and consumables and summons that we're saying here. And just basically, as you play active ability cards, you get those abilities slotted in for X amount of time, for X amount of waves or rounds, whatever it might be. And then, the more you play those cards, then you can then unlock them permanently, and then you can upgrade them and add passives to them, and basically keep trying to update your deck and stuff like that. So I think Slay the Spire mixed with like God of War or Lost in Random or Hades, things of, I guess, that nature. At least that's the vibe. I just noticed my camera's not updating. I think I disabled that on purpose. Hey there, got late today, but I'm around. Awesome. Thanks for stopping by in Vinigiero. So yeah. I want to make the base move set as minimal as possible, while still trying to remain interesting enough to build upon. So I think a simple light attack combo string, and then a heavy attack charge, kind of like Lost in Random, should be enough, in addition to being able to do things like block, parry, and roll, and then balancing out your health and your posture, and then augmenting how those abilities kind of work. So for example, I would want there to be like a card that says you can when you do successful parry, you then apply burn or something onto targets, or a big AoE happens on the target and deals damage, right? So parry, passives, so successful parry, apply status effect, restore more posture, deal damage to target, to AoE, maybe you could say increases the next attack damage by X%, and stack Y times. You can parry projectiles. Like basically the list would go on and on for different potential ideas there. I didn't make much progress lately in GASP and focused on CMC and networking for portfolio. I mean, those are still good, interesting topics, so I don't feel too bad about that. No. Those are all networking. Still, I suck at networking. I think I'll always not be that great at networking. This project was originally supposed to be multiplayer, but we know how that kind of turned out. So parry passives are some examples. So we could say block passives. Sincerely, good luck with networking. True. Let's see. What would be interesting? So maybe block, recoils, enemies, interrupts, etc. Like, I don't know if enemies need to have some sort of posture mechanic. I don't think that's interesting. I've got sprinting, crouching, and aim down sights into CMC. Nice. Have you been using Lyra as a reference at all? Because it has networking and it has sprint. I think it has sprinting. Maybe it doesn't, but it for sure has crouching and aim down sights. So it would be a good reference, I think. So maybe block, absorbs. I guess I could also have a similar thing here. What else can block do that's interesting? That would be different from parry, because there are similar concepts, right? Like parry, I don't know if parry should interrupt or not. By default, like for example, you have games like Ghost of Tsushima, where you have parry and then you have perfect parry. So maybe perfect parry can be an ability, and it works kind of like Ghost of Tsushima, because you have parry and perfect parry, and parry, normal parry. You deflect them. It still interrupts it. They get deflected off in the direction that they were. So CMC is the character movement component, I believe. I'll use Lyra for common UI for ads. No. Oh, for ADS, not ads. Sorry. So let me put a small. I'm not able to drag select. Ah. Something like that. I feel like that could be an active ability. That would be interesting. And then you can unlock it permanently. Maybe, I guess, I believe Ghost of Tsushima also does this. You have some like special parry attack, so I think you unlock it. I don't remember if it's in the DLC or not. But you do some like interesting actually I don't remember if that's with perfect dodge or perfect dodge or with after. No, I think it's both. So you do the perfect dodge and then you do a spin attack after that, and then perfect parry you just do like a follow-up, like time gets dilated, and then smack. Wonder if there's any good parry animations. I can't remember where Fab is located. Oh, excuse me, guys. I've always run out of ideas on passive abilities, like examples of it. Yeah. Like, that's kind of like the difficulty of passive ability. Well, I guess anything creative, like the sky is the limit, sort of. So that's why I'm kind of trying to create these boxes to work within. So for the knight, you kind of work with these kind of potential passives, and active abilities are a whole different kind of ball game. Like, because like an active ability could also be, a huge kind of slam down, or some maybe like some shield bash that does something. Who knows, So there has to be a set of abilities that are interesting enough for each kind of category, so that you can expand it. Because a concern that I have, and what I'm hoping is, because as you play these active ability cards, after you use them a certain amount of times, you unlock them permanently into your ability slot. And so when it's active in your ability slot, you can then replace that card with another ability card. But then, I want there to be a very limited number of active abilities you can have, so it can either be like 3 or something like that. Thanks for that follow, Worm Juice Dev. Much appreciated. Awesome name. Hope you're doing good. Thanks for stopping in. So yeah, that's kind of the mindset I'm kind of working with. So let's also think about, perfect dodge, perfect roll. As a potential mechanic as well. By the way, I forgot to mention thanks for the targeting system tutorial. It was very helpful. I'm glad it was very helpful, and I'm glad it seems like you saved a lot of time. Thanks, man. Enjoying the stream, mostly lurking and enjoying the progress. I appreciate the lurking, my friend. Lurk as long as your heart desires. But yeah, there's also a point in the design process where, like, how much is enough? And start putting it together, right? Because in theory, I already have light attacks. I have a combo. I have a system to set up combos, because because the current combo I have doesn't really feel very, quote unquote, light. It's pretty heavy swings, but maybe that is okay. And then you have like a hold attack. And I want the hold to be basically, like, I would start drawing a circle around the player, right? And it would grow to a certain length. Because I like how they did it in Lost in Random. With their melee. Oops. Trying to remember. Because yeah, this is the sword. So you have these light attacks. Like, I like that kind of moveset. Like, it's like a 1-2-3, 1-2-3 kind of situation. Then there's a charged heavy attack. Hopefully you'll use it. Not really using it. Okay, no, that's an ability. And they had that, dice throwing thing that I never was really into, that dice throwing mechanic. Yeah, it's not really using the heavy attack. Will they ever show what I want to look at? Maybe not. against the bosses? No. You're just gonna have to believe me then. There is a heavy attack. Let me just put some notes here. Circle, radius, around the player, more forward AoE, like forward thrust, AoE. What other types of AoEs are there? Not sure. But now I remember I wanted to look at Fab. I want to see if they have parry animations. Sword and spear. That looks cool. Sword animation demonstration video. Heavy attacks are generally worse than fast attacks in these types of games. True. Especially, like, yeah, if it's like faster paced games. Those are cool animations, I guess, but do we have any? That's cool. Not really what I'm wanting, though. But that's definitely giving first Berserker vibes. There's a sword fight. Oh no. Nope. No, not good. Like sword and shield maybe will have what I'm looking for. Showcase, so let's see. Yeah, these are all too slow, honestly. Cool sword animations, handsome sword animations, sword animation pack. So I already have this one. $176 animations. We have walking. Yeah, I have that one for sure. I feel like there should be something. That's a .rar file. Is there a video? Yeah, video 3. Yeah, this looks like a good combo. Charge attack, yeah. They have attack ups, run attacks. Oh, parry counter attack. Idols. Equipping. Jumps. They have rolls. Getting hit, yeah. Large. Gets up. Knockdowns. Blocks. That seems good. I'll add it to my cart. Select license. Personal. Don't think that is this the one? No, this is not the one we're looking at. Demo link. There's some potential here, but I'm looking for like deflections and parries. Maybe riposte is the word. Sword riposte. Did we look at this one already? Sorry, you guys are watching me do some window shopping. Alright, there's parrying in this one. Definitely very rapier, like fencing style. Nothing too interesting. Sorry, my guy. Powerful sword? Okay. Yeah, these look cool. Okay, great sword is what I'm wondering. Maybe a knight should have like a great sword. Root motion, add motions, combos for katana. Big sword. That looks cool. Oh yeah, still not what I need. Like for Hellish Court. Never heard of Hellish Court. Oh, okay. I just looked it up. Oh, dang. No ratings yet, so that's promising. I'll have to look I feel like there has to be one. So deflection, animation, dodges, crouching, bow. I already looked at these ones, right? Yeah, no. Maybe UE5, Fairy animations. I need to find some sort of parry. Yeah. Something to that effect, right? But I don't know what to look for, honestly. Maybe shield parry animation. So I already have this one, the essential one. So I have this one in my library. Should be the essential animation, sword and shield, demo, level. Let's open up that demo level for a couple minutes and then we're gonna call it a night. Pretty late. Now let us simulate. We'll let the FPS drop like crap. Maybe shield attack? Air attack, attacking. Shield throw. Arts. Potions. Or air, okay. Charge attacks, air attacks. So these are guards. Here we go. Plunge attacks, guard. I don't know, none of these really work, honestly. Like, these are good for... Like, that almost works, but, you know, it's you're getting... Like, I would want it kind of the opposite way. maybe something like this. Like, this seems like a good parry animation, like, Ozzy, you can skip all this animation, you can kind of start here. Bam. That could work. My task stream. Do I have anything parry and block? I do. Alright. Design parry and block. Do myself a favor. Decent parry animation. And we're done. Okay. So we got a lot done, I'd say. Did a little bit of designing, we fixed some bugs. Still have a lot to do. We have to make the call at some point on like how we should start pushing stuff. So we have a decent amount of stuff and ideas. I think I just have to start making these mechanics and also working on the card selection. Because what we decided for the card selection, like you can kind of see the cards on the bottom here. They're not very visible, but you can select cards with the left and right D-pad, and then up on the D-pad to actually select it. So for example, card 2. Right now you can see I'm not doing any kind of critical damage, but I play card 2. Now all my damage is critical. And then I play crit, apply, burn, and then when I do critical damage, he is getting burned. And then active ability 2, that's like granting me some sort of ability. So I don't want the cards to be there like that, because using the D-pad to navigate this while playing a third-person action game is awful. Because one of your thumbs needs to navigate these thumbsticks, right? So the current idea is to, I don't know, either click in or some button that then kind of slows down time, freezes time. You can kind of relate it to like radial menu within Spider-Man, but time slows down and then you can kind of just see your hand, you start playing your cards, and then after you're done playing them, you resume time, and then those cards are executed in the order that you played them. So you could be like, oh, bam, bam, and then you press a button and it's like slows and comes to a stop, and you play your cards, and then time resumes, for example. That's the current idea. So we'll see if that works decently well or not. So that's how we're going to move forward, but that's going to be it for today. We have people watching. We have about 4 people watching here on Twitch. So let's go ahead. We're going to raid. We'll do Kindred Games. I thought I saw Prismatica dead. So let's raid him. Let's see if we get a couple of viewers. So thanks for watching, everybody. It's all much appreciated. Thanks again to Warm Juice Death for the follow. And if you aren't already following me here, a follow on Discord would be, not Discord, on Twitch would be much appreciated. You can also follow me on YouTube. But make sure to join our Discord. Hang out. Some people are there, who knows. So yeah, take care, everybody. Have a good night.
Might reach out to them. Maybe not. Probably not worth it. It can be pretty impactful to viewing experience. Yeah, it's kind of like 90 seconds of ads is a lot of ads to sit through. Like, I mean, I know it's not much different than like